what can be done to stop people being able to access child pornography.
Yeah.
And for once, Google and the rest have turned up with one part of it, which is to stop specific search terms. So I'm not even going to say what they are, but there clearly are search terms that paedophiles use. They will be stopped.
And also warnings on others, which is so you know, beware where you're progressing or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the most interesting bit is as many experts say, it's not that sort of innocently wandering through and then getting caught. It's what's called the dark net, with the closed sites.
Now, I was on TV yesterday about this with Peaches Geldof, who started talking about the dark net, and I thought it was a Harry Potter book, but I said it's such a serious matter. I kept my gob shut. Lord Blair, what is the dark net? I don't know what it is.
Well, no, what it is, as I understand it, is, and we could have two old blokes here talking about what we don't know about, but
sitting in deck chairs.
But it seems to be the sites that only talk to each other. So in other words, it's very difficult to access them unless you've got the right passwords and so on. But what has now been agreed or suggested by the Prime Minister, and I think it's very good politics and could be effective, is to use GCHQ to go after the dark sites. And he actually, interestingly, raises the memories of Bletchley.
Yes.
If they could break the Enigma codes, why can't we break these codes?
Yeah.
I was in a conversation some time ago, in which I've written to the government about using the weapons of the net against the paedophiles, because all internet pornography is by definition illegal. All illegal goods like drugs, an old-fashioned word, contraband, they are the property of the government if they are illegal. And there's no reason why they can't be destroyed. And it does seem to me that we could use the weapons of the net, all the Stuxnet viruses and things, against people accessing them. What I'd love to see is if somebody goes onto one of these sites and the first thing they get is a notice back saying this is an illegal site and we've just told everybody on your address book.
The men and women who worked with you when you were at the Met obviously were very dedicated to this unit, I'm sure, but it must be the sort of thing, Ian, that reinvents itself. These people are so smart, so your blokes crack it and then within a couple of weeks they're on to something else.
I think that's right. But on the other hand, what we could do and what GCHQ can do, as we've just been hearing about from Mr. Snowden, is a very different thing. And actually to deploy that level of expertise against internet porn seems to me to be particularly child porn, seems to me to be a really good idea.
You're back with the Telegraph front page in a moment. 28 after 7, let's get some of your voices on the radio. Stanley, you're in Southend. Stanley, just briefly, do you think Mayor Johnson should now start wearing a cycle helmet? Would it send out a message, or is that too trivial?
Well, I think he does. I've seen him with a hat on. But I think our problem is much more complicated because the cyclists are not disciplined, you see. There's so many cyclists going out without hats on, helmets.
Yes.
And they drive about without lights on.
Right.
When it needs to be.
Right.
And they're so casual in the way that they use their bikes, driving on the road, and all manner of things. Now you're saying about cycle lanes or on the south end seafront.
Yes.
And west there is a cycle lane which is very handy and used often.
Probably not the same level of traffic density though in Southend as there is in parts of London, Stanley.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes.
But in London, you've got to contend with the bus lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can you make cycle lanes when you've got bus lanes?
Well, this is the point. We're trying to make bus lanes, and don't forget, we've also got to get the cars on, and then there's the motorbikes and the taxis all, and the buses and the trucks, and suddenly it is at times not just a very heavy, unfortunately a fatal mix. Stanley, thank you. Tucker, we'll come to you just a second. A little tight for time now. Coming up after the news, I'm going to give you details of that new initiative to try and cut down
anti-clockwise in pockets from 21 road towards 16, the M1 towards the M40, and can see the problems continue to haze the parkway. Really, I'm hoping it's not as bad as yesterday. It was horrible. And the queues now this morning down from Aussie Garden roundabout towards the M4 at Junction 3. Purley Way into town, got a lane closure just north of Purley Crossway, the gas main. And for Cheam, this is coming into us the 232 Cheam Road, an accident just by York Road. Scrapers also needed in quite a few areas. It has been a bit of a chilly night. Keep another moving. Next track update is in 15 minutes.
This is LBC 97.3.
Hi, I'm Carl, a property developer. With BuyToCars.com, you invest the money and buy a car, they lease the car out, and you get a nice return per month. I was really impressed with the service that they gave me, and because the returns are so good, I have increased the number of cars I've bought from them, and I also recommended it to my girlfriend.
For an average 8 to 11% annual return, call BuyToLetCars.com on 0800 014 9228 or see BuyToLetCars.com.
When a businessman jumps into my cab screaming, "Get me to my meeting in double quick time," I'm tempted to tell him the best way. Go to Meeting by Citrix. Just download their online meeting software and you can meet your clients face to face right now. You can even share your screen with them. Try it and see how much time and money you'll save. Now, doesn't one great tip deserve another?
Don't let rising travel costs get you down. Enter our prize draw and you could win £5,000. Visit gotomeeting.co.uk/win. Looking for help to buy your new London home? We now offer the new government scheme. To find out more, visit galliardhomes.com/help to buy.
Smart minicab drivers like Marius work for Greyhound Cars London.
I've been working for Greyhound Cars for 6 years now. The freedom of you choosing your own hours, that's what I like. I'm my own boss and I'm enjoying it.
Greyhound Cars are recruiting smart drivers right now. Owner and company car drivers welcome. Join the team. Call 020 3388 or apply today at greyhoundcars.co.uk. Greyhound Cars, running all over London, all day, every day.
LBC 97.3. 0855 Text 84850. Tweet at LBC 973. This is London's biggest conversation. Nick Fowler at breakfast.
7:35, so 5 became 6. That's fatalities in the last 2 weeks, and the total now 14. I say again, I do appreciate there's every possibility some of you listening now talking about afternoon, so great respect and commiseration. We'll continue that conversation and ask what we need to see from the mayor. Let's talk finance now, though. And much as Toronto has its mayor, Rob Ford, colourful character there, we have, of course, the former chairman of the Co-op Bank, the Reverend Paul Flowers, who is missing from his job at the moment, pending a possible police investigation and a full inquiry from the Co-op Bank, where he was, of course, chairman. Hank Potts is director of global research and investment from Barclays. Hank, what will this review seek to find out?
Well, it's a big review, there's no doubt about that. As they describe it, a root and branch review of the cooperative group. So not just the bank, but also the supermarkets, the funeral homes and the pharmacies as well. The new management looking into the way in which the co-op has been run, given the allegations against the former chairman of the bank. Remember, the co-op has been forced to hand over ownership of, 70% of the bank as it scrambled to plug that £1.5 billion capital shortfall. Did not say how long its review into the organisation would take, but the internal investigation is getting underway at a time when they've already admitted it will have to review its donations to the Labour Party and bring in fresh blood from outside the cooperative movement, and that's been part of the problem. You know, there's this democratic structure that operates within the co-op, and it's thought they really need to bring in world-class individuals, world-class management team to deal with what is still a very sizable business.
And if we come back to the particular case regarding the chairman, questions asked about how someone like that got a job. It appears he had 4 years banking experience from the age of 19, and when he was asked about the value of the assets, he was undervalued it by about a power of 10.
Yeah. It was an element of an issue for them. He didn't have
an element of an issue. Is that what we say in banking?
He didn't have a full understanding of the financial world, and particularly of his own bank, which I think we have moved on.
Your deputy.